How's it going today? I guess we're continuing our Zoom meetings, so I was hoping to see you guys, but I'll answer any questions that I can.
Jon Gruden with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. You guys made obviously a lot of changes on the defensive line, a lot of changes in the secondary. You've got a chance to see it on the field for this last month or so. How do you feel about those two position groups, as you close up shop here in minicamp and point toward training camp?
Feel pretty good. A lot of our practices were instruction-based. We'll see where we are when we lay the leather down at training camp, but Gus Bradley, Milas, Marinelli, our coaches have done a great job on defense, and I think we're better. I think we have a chance to be much better and a lot deeper, and it'll be more competitive.
Hey John, Levi Damian from USA Today. Can you fill us in on the situation with Divine Diablo? If there's any concern why he's out here?
He's out right now. We are very hopeful that he'll be ready to go for training camp.
John, Ed Graney from the Review-Journal. To stay on the Gus Bradley theme as well as you know him, has anything surprised you since he came aboard, the relationship with the players? How do you think that's gone in terms of how he's communicating with them and them to him?
It's gone well. I think it's off to a great start. That's one of his strengths. He's a people person. He's a great communicator, and he's also got a staff that's been with him for a long time. I think that's the biggest thing that he has going for him. A lot of coordinators get hired and they have to implement their defense with a lot of coaches they've never worked with. But Richard Smith's a great linebacker coach. Ron Milas is a great secondary coach, and Marinelli just got a Lifelong Achievement Award for the defensive line coach. So we've got a great defensive staff, and Gus is a great communicator. So far, so good.
Hey John, this is Vic. I wanted to follow up. So you think this is your best roster so far? You're in year 4?
Well, I'll have to see when we get to camp. Obviously, we like it on paper. We think we've made some changes that are, in some people's eyes, questionable. But we're younger. I think we're faster. I think we do have more depth, and it's hard to update that question right now without seeing everything in pads at full speed.
Jon, you guys brought in Casey Hayward, a veteran cornerback. Obviously, you've invested a first-round pick, a second-round pick at cornerback these last couple of years. How do you see that playing out with Casey Hayward's presence and what that might mean for a Damon Arnett or even a Trayvon Mullen?
Yeah, we've put a lot of picks into our secondary. If you count Trayvon Merring and Tyree Gillespie and obviously Carl Joseph and John Abram, we got a lot of high picks in that secondary. They're young. Hayward is going to be a veteran that brings us some seasoning and some day-to-day consistency, and he's going to provide a lot of competition, I promise you that. He's not here to give away his job. So we like the makeup of our secondary. I like the guy coaching them. I think this guy's a special coach, and the best guys are going to play. I don't care if it's Nate Hobbs or Amik Robinson. I don't care what round they came in. We're going to play the best 4 or 5 guys, and the players will decide that.
John, with the first-round pick this year, you guys decided to take a guy at right tackle to kind of push Trent Brown. What's been your first initial thoughts that have stuck out to you the most about Alex Leatherwood?
Well, he's very smart, very athletic. He's long. He's a talented player, and that's why we took him. We had him ranked high on our board, and we're glad he fell to us. We're glad he was there for us. Smart guy, very athletic, and he has a lot of experience. So we're counting on him being our starting right tackle.
John, I want to ask you your impressions of your some new faces at receiver, John Brown, Willie Snead, and Dylan Stoner.
Yeah, we've got competition there. You mentioned some of the guys. John Brown's a good player. A couple of years ago he had over 1,000 yards. He has great speed. He's learning 3 positions right now, much like Nelly did last year at this time. I think he's going to give us some pop. He can really run, get out of routes, and he can run a wide array of patterns. The other guys you mentioned, Willie Snead has come in here. He's a real pro. Strong hands, very precise route runner, tough as hell. And he's going to compete with Renfro in the slot. Dylan Stoner's done well. This DJ Turner, the punt returner from Pitt, very interesting. He's quick, he's smart, and Zay Jones came back ready to go. And our 2 picks from last year are the guys that I've really been focusing on. Edwards looks good, and Ruggs looks much better than he did this time last year.
John, 2 questions specifically about Henry Ruggs. I know that there's some things that you guys asked him to work on during this offseason. How has that come back? And then also where you guys are on your vaccination numbers and how that is working out.
Well, I'm not at liberty to give any statistics on our vaccinations. I can speak for myself and the coaches. We've all had our vaccinations, and I think our players have bought in. I think we're as good as anybody in the league or better. We hope to have every man vaccinated, and most importantly, every man as safe as possible when the season starts. And then in terms of Ruggs, Ruggs didn't have an off-season program last year like a lot of these rookies, and he got hurt in the first game against Carolina, and got the coronavirus last year, missed some more time. But he's a big reason why Darren Waller had a big year, because of the threat of Ruggs. And we don't want to just have Ruggs be a threat. We'd like him to be on the receiving end of a lot of those threats. So we're trying to get him more and more involved in the pass offense, and so far so good.
John, this is Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated. I know that coaches are traditionally glass half empty type of people, but what are you most happy with this team, sir?
I like the guys. I think we have guys that like each other, that love football, that like the preparation. A lot of these guys would play for nothing. They would come out here and keep practicing if I didn't blow the whistle. So we don't have any energy vampires. We got guys that like the game, that are going to compete, and we have some talent. We have some young, exciting talent, and that's what excites me the most.
Hey, John, Paul Gutierrez here from ESPN. How different, how good has it felt to actually have an off-season program where you can get your hands physically on these guys this off-season? And when you do break tomorrow, what's that message going to be for these guys for the next 6 weeks?
Well, it feels good. It's preparation is a big part of this game. You got to spend time together, I think. But we're fortunate that we had almost 100% turnout, and we got better each day. We did a lot of strategic things to focus on every day, and we got better. So I'm very happy with that. And the closing message is going to be personal. We don't talk about the things we say in team meetings, but the expectations are rising now. We proved that we can compete in the AFC West. We proved we can win on the road, and now we've got to prove we can win at a much higher level. And we got a great schedule. We got a very difficult schedule to open the season. So be smart with your time and continue to train like a champion.
Last one for Coach Gruden.
John Miller Ramirez with the Associated Press. It's Father's Day weekend. You got OTAs and Minicamp out of the way, and Deuce has quite a big event in Daytona. Just wondering if you're looking forward to your boy bringing home some hardware from this prestigious event.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Deuce. He's going to go down there and be in a different age group this year. He's going against the whole world now. He's going against every man alive. So we'll see what happens in the old powerlifting championship, but look forward to getting back to Florida, seeing my dad, seeing my mom, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys, have a good one.